You know, we have a money problem.
Yeah, I've been hearing so.
Yeah.
Just look around.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Well, we've gone through 2 huge tax increases, and now we have a third one pending in Hartford.
Yeah.
The governor wants to put tolls everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So that's our situation. Now, we've been fighting against these tolls because we feel like we're paying enough.
Yeah.
Highest tax state in the country.
We're tapped.
Take the money you're already getting, figure it out. So this fight's been going on, and now it seems like we're starting to make some progress. And this is written by Jim Cameron, Connecticut Post. It's called Toll Barriers Mount to Derail Lamont's Transportation Plan. Now, I'm not going to read every single word, but I'm going to kind of paraphrase and go over it. Governor Ned Lamont's tolling plan is in trouble. I knew it when I recently got a call from Dan Malloy.
Whoops.
So the former governor and I know each other going back to his days as mayor of Stamford, but he's only called me once before, many years ago, when he sought my endorsement in his run for a second term as governor.
Uh-huh. Little snake.
So in other words, the only time Malloy has called this guy is when he needed something.
Exactly. The only time this guy exists.
Right. He's never called him for any other reason other than, I need you to do something for me.
Now, hey, how you doing? How you been? How the
Right.
kids? How
I
the
like
wife?
that article you wrote.
Right.
Hey, can I give you a story? You know, because you're into breaking news and stuff. I'm going to give you a story.
Here's what I broke.
Yeah. I mean, the governor did that for us.
Yep.
Came out and broke news
He
several
did.
times.
And he broke the state.
And then we broke our relationship with him.
And the state's broke now.
All right, we're back to the Jim Cameron piece here. This time he was calling me about my recent column on the Transportation Strategy Board. The panel tasked 18 years ago with prioritizing our state's transportation needs and how to pay for them.
Okay.
This board was formed 18 years ago.
It's an old board.
Prioritizing our state's transportation needs and how to pay for them. Good job!
All right. Way to go.
18 years!
Right. They pace
I
themselves.
feel like we'd be in the same exact spot without them.
It's true.
18 years!
18
You've
years.
had 18 years to work on this problem.
Right.
It's like you giving someone a shoe and say, go into that room, tie that shoe, and come back. 18 years later,
Right.
dip-a-doo.
Now the shoe doesn't fit anymore. Way out of style.
How you doing with the tying of the shoe? Da-ba-doo-ba-doo.
Guys,
Still
time
working.
flies. Time flies.
Yeah,
That's
18
right.
years.
18 years.
Holy cow.
Yep.
I see you've used those shoelaces to build a zip line from one part of the room to the other
That's
that
right.
no one uses.
Oh, look.
But
Right.
Origami.
18 years. All right, so back to Jim Cameron. The call from Malloy was about my characterization of the lockbox on the Special Transportation Fund as having, according to one longtime transportation observer, quote, more back doors than a Hot Sheets motel on the Berlin Turnpike.
Oh, those hotels. I've seen them.
what an analogy.
Those were the source's words, not mine. And here's Malloy's quote to Jim Cameron. That comment was not helpful, Jim. Explaining how it could affect their effort to gain support for tolls.
Not helpful, Jim.
Why does he care?
Not really.
His job is just to report what's happening and what's being said.
Right. He didn't come up with that. But the key here is, why is Malloy involved?
Why? Get out of here.
Follow the money on this one, people. You
Yeah.
don't think this guy and his people going to get an S ton of money if these tolls go through? This isn't about transportation needs.
No.
It's not about any of that. This is about millionaires becoming more millionaires.
They have a vested interest in it.
Yeah. Back to Jim Cameron. That's when I knew the plan was in real trouble. Why is he calling me of all people? Not there weren't earlier warning signs that trouble was brewing. The first was Lamont's somersaults on tolling from being in favor, then promising trucks only, and finally again on tolling all vehicles. Voters felt betrayed. Then Lamont pulled millions in car taxes from the Special Transportation Fund, potentially bankrupting the Transportation Fund by 2022.
Oops.
Not helpful, Jim.
Nope.
Not helpful. This is your fault, Jim.
It's all your fault, Jim.
You wrote that piece, Jim.
You're such a jerk, Jim.
I only called you one other time when I asked you for a favor. Now I'm telling you, this is not helpful.
Damn you, Jim.
You're not helping me.
Jim,
Become
Jim,
more of a millionaire. Those moves gave grassroots no-toll groups newfound fertile soil.
It's poetic.
Then there were the no tolls votes in local communities, non-binding, of course, but a clear indication of local sentiment. Even Stanford's Board of Reps voted against the tolls.
That's funny.
A poll by Sacred Heart University shows 59% of respondents were against tolling.
Seeing a pattern here.
I feel like the 41% who aren't against tolls didn't understand the question.
Right. How'd they phrase it exactly?
Yeah. Yeah. They were just like, oh, I'm in here with the shoes for 18 years.
Right. Still trying to tie that shoe.
18 years.
18 years.
I even like this shoe.
Special Transportation Committee. Good job. 18 years.
All right. Way to go.
Money well spent.
All right. Thumbs up.
Back to Jim Cameron, Connecticut Post. Well, a coalition of Hartford lobbyists did try to organize an expensive campaign to support Lamont's tolling vision, seeking money from construction companies and consultants who'd make a lot of money if tolls were approved.
Aha!
But a reporter somehow got a hold of their pitch book detailing the campaign, and now it seems dead in the water.
Oh, wow.
Good heavens, man.
Well, remember, we talked about this. It had all of, like, Malloy's former cronies.
Oh, right.
And a couple of consultants.
Yep.
Moving them into positions.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And they had like a bullet point list of what to do and what to say. And this was all for the legislators. Like, this is what you go out, this is what you tell people. It's unbelievable. The legislators are so stupid. They don't even know how to pitch this thing. They realize this is a problem.
Big time problem. Huge.
Huge. Not helpful, Jim.
Come on, Jim.
Yeah, none of this
Come on, Jim.
is helpful, Jim.
What are you doing, Jim?
Poor Jim.
Back to Jim Cameron. Now, Lamont is on a magical mystery tour, or magical misery tour,
A tragical mystery tour.
holding press events at every crumbling bridge, viaduct, and train platform in the state. Against those backdrops, he pitches the need for billions in funding, only achievable, he says, through tolling. Cynicism abounds that toll revenue would really be spent on transportation and not get diverted. Nobody trusts Hartford. Tolls, my friends, are in trouble.
Good.
I love this piece because it means that people are calling their legislators, and the legislators are starting to say, wow, nobody wants this.
Wow.
But the reporters and the folks in Hartford in that bubble that cover the Hartford politics, I don't think they understand the real story. It's not that people think that the money will go into the lockbox and won't be spent on transportation needs. It's that we already feel like enough money's going.
Yeah. We're broke.
Highest tax state in the country, last in return on tax investment dollars. So it's not the lockbox and will it be spent. It's we're already giving you enough. So they need to get their heads straight on that. Nothing they're doing there is based in reality of what a household would go through.
True.
Right?
Very true.
Like if you're buried in bills, right, you don't go, well, I'll just go out and get more money from my job.
Right. I'll say, hey, I need more money.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at all this money we're wasting on candy. Let me just go get more money from my boss.
There you go. See? 'Cause it works all the time.
All this money that we're just throwing away. Right? So it would have cost most people like $1,000 to get that deck redone. We paid $89,000. No problem there. Let's just keep doing it.
Right.
But it'll be a tourist destination. So,
That's right. Yeah, let's do that. Still revolutionary. That was money well spent. The bus line. I mean, we can go through this whole list. I think that's the fight for the next, for these groups of people who want to fight tolls, is you get the budget, and then every day you present 2 or 3 pieces in the budget. That's just ridiculous spending.
That's a good strategy.
Oh, yeah. Like, oh, look at this. Remember the guy called yesterday from the state? He's like, I can't tell you where I'm working, but we're building them a place.
Yep.
And it has quartz countertops.
Quartz.
Not granite.
No, not Formica.
Not Formica.
Nope.
Not helpful,
Not
Jim.
just plain plywood.
Not pressed cement.
Not
Not
even
helpful,
not
Jim.
even tile.
Quartz.
Quart.
The $10 million bathrooms in Milford nobody wanted that went up in flames.
Poof.
The $10 million study after we had 4 studies.
Right.
I mean, you got to put together this list and you go out in front of cameras every day and say, oh, look, here's more, here's more, here's more.
Here's the money they could have used.
Right.
Jim, not helpful.
Yeah.
Not helpful, Jim.
By the way, his name's Ed. Just change it. I'm Ed now.
Yeah. You know what you got to do? You got to call your legislator because it's starting to work.
Yep.
You email, you call.
The cracks are forming like a bad foundation.
Robin and Danbury sent me an email. Good morning. I found a website where you can email all of your representatives at once. I emailed my grievance about tolls and received this email immediately. It is obviously an automatic reply, but the last sentence is, I will keep your thoughts and your interests in mind as we deliberate.
Isn't that what your job is?
That's a brush off.
Wait, but will you?
No, of course not.
Because you haven't read the email. You know how when you press send and like someone's on vacation and the email comes,
Instantaneously,
I'm on vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what happened.
Right.
There's no way you read the email in a half a second, then wrote that, and then replied.
Yeah, you're not a speed reader.
Right. And that's from Looney's office.
Oh, Looney!
He's in New Haven.
Looney. We found Looney. NOTOLLS
CT.org is the website. Folks are asking about the petition, but I think it's more effective to actually call your legislator. AJ, did you make that call yet?
I made emails.
All right, we're going to make calls for you after the show today.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. Pam, did you make that call yet? Email? She's shaking her head no. See, she's going to the Coast Guard, so she doesn't care. But you're going to come back and you're going to visit your family.
I do care.
And you're going to be like, oh, man, what the hell happened? Cost me $89 just to go to see Mom. All right, we're going to have Pam do some voicemails, too.
Nice.
We'll play them back for you tomorrow.
All right.
I should have just lied.
No, this
I'm
is way
be
better.
fumbling.
All right, let's just pretend right now, and then we'll do a song, we'll do sports. But let's pretend, Pam, we just called your legislator, and the voicemail's going out, and then get up to the mic now. Ding, ding, ding. Hello, this is your legislator, Pam. Please leave a message. Beep.
Hi, it's Pam, and I am a resident of Connecticut, and I would like you to consider not implementing tolls, please, because I don't have any money. Thank you.
All right, that's not bad.
All right. That's the baseline.
That's the baseline.
To the point.
Right, it's to the point. Right, you got to tell them which district you're from so they know you'd be voting against them should they implement the tolls.
Right.
That's all.
District.